Hello, people. Welcome back to this channel. Hello, people. This is Raissa, and I'm on the roof. This is the roof. Okay. Okay. It starts raining. Well, 2020 is almost over. As you guys can see here in the date, it says 31st of December, which means tomorrow is apa? 2021. Oh my god. So, how are you guys doing? I really hope that you're doing just fine. And if there's something that makes you feel not okay, or maybe you have to go through something that is not easy, I really hope you guys will get better soon. Because this too shall pass. Okay? So, 2020 is definitely not an easy year. We all know it, right? But if I can look back from the early 2020 until today, there are a lot of things that could be grateful for in my life. So take a look at yourself. I believe there's something amazing that happens to you this year that maybe wouldn't have happened if the pandemic doesn't exist. Well, I really hope that. Because something that has to be pointed out here is little things matters. Well, for me, 2020 is kind of a roller coaster because there were a lot of ups and downs and sometimes just stay still for a while. So, for today's video, I will be sharing to you how I did to make myself feel at ease and comfortable. Well, this is the stay at home edition and only for something that I could control, okay? And this is something that nobody knows before. Okay, let's jump right in. Since I am more into the audio-visual type of person, the main idea here is to make sure that I am close only to something that I wanted to hear and see, such as watching comfortable movies. So I will be watching some movies that I've already watched before but never get bored to watch it over and over again. Ada tahun, ang galing capung. Okay. For me, those comfort movies are Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone or The Goblet of Fire. And then Percy Jackson's, I love both of them. And the last is Captain Phillip. Those movies are my favorite movies that always come into my mind every time I seek for comfort. If I can suggest you, reach out to your favorite movies that do not make you feel too much emotion because I think that your mind just need to not thinking about any emotion. The next is listening to music. So I have the top 6 songs that always gives me chills every time I heard of them. There are All I Want by Codaline, and then Amnesia by 5 Seconds of Summer, Photographed by Ed Sheeran, and then Always Be My Baby covered by David Cook, and then Langit Abu-Abu by Tulus, and the last, wah sumpah kalau bocah-bocah tidak kedengeran mantap sih. And the last is Let Go by BTS. Basically listen to any songs that you like could lift up the mood. And speaking of BTS songs that finally includes to my top list, this year surprisingly they did a lot of things that gives me so much comfort during the year, especially on how they react to this pandemic because we kind of have the similar situation here, which is we live from the crowds. Me and my friends held an event and so they are. And events without the crowds will never be the same, right? I think that's right. I actually feel what you guys feel about this whole thing, but never really shows about it because somehow I couldn't express it. Well, I still learning about it today, as you guys see, and hearing what they thought about the pandemic and how they express the feeling they have into valuable things is somehow comforting for me and of course inspiring. They really put all the answer in a very good place, if that makes sense. Well, I'm not suggesting you to like or watch BTS, but if you do, then go for it. Anyway, what I'm saying is, as someone that is not really good at expressing their self, hearing something that speaks up about what's going on in their mind is really comforting and somehow helps them to understand what they really feel. Well, at least it works for me. I'm exposing myself too much right now. Okay, next is hide or mute or even block someone that you think they're not good enough for your mental health. Do that, okay? Do that. At first, I don't really believe that it could give any changes into my life, but somehow it really does. Magic. So I muted some people on social media for the sake of my health because my sanity is all that matters. Okay. Your sanity is all that matters too. So I really suggest you to do that as well if you haven't done it already, okay? And let's see the difference later. And the last is try to build your environment as you please. I mean, do whatever you wanted to do, but in a good way. For me, example, I put on my painting from my first video on my desk so I can look at them every time I want it. And then put on my skincare stuff next to my desk so I can reach out easily. And then turn on the fan, light up my candle. And oh, the last thing is put on memes as your lock screen on your phone because it really does the difference for me at least. So right now my lock screen is the silly face of Jungkook. Maybe I can show you guys later. Okay, I think that's all I did to make myself feel at ease and comfortable during this not easy year. In this case, my way to find comfort maybe doesn't fit you because our preference might be different from each other, right? So do what you do as you guys please. But I really hope that this video could find you helpful. And thank you so much for tuning in until the very end. And for the people who already gave their thoughts to my next video, I really thank you guys so much. Thank you. So I think that's all. I really hope to see you soon. Bye. Terima kasih sudah menonton. Jangan lupa subscribe.
Jangan lupa subscribe.
Dadah. Apa nanti gue buat ASMR? Dadah.